Hi there, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Corey here, and I am so excited to come to you today to share some tips on how to navigate or nail that assistant principal interview. So if you are interested in being a school administrator, please stick around, and I've got some great information for you here. Why this information from me? For those of you who don't know, I have been a lifelong educator. I was a teacher for many years, my absolute favorite job, which I'm full circle. I'm still teaching, but teaching adults, aspiring leaders, and aspiring teachers now at a couple of universities. I was an assistant principal by the age of 30. Age doesn't matter, but yes, I was able to achieve that. And then a principal. And I also coached and evaluated principals because of the success that my team and I were able to have in my particular school I served in. And so the goal of me in that position as an instructional leadership director was to try to help other leaders duplicate the success that we had with our students in our community. So let's get into it. But before we do, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can to this channel, and share so you can get more updates and notifications as to when I post more helpful videos. All right, so 5 tips. I'm just going to do 5 today, expound on what we talked about to help you prepare for your assistant principal interview. The first thing I tell everybody to do is to make sure you are researching the role of what exactly you are applying for. Print that job description. I'm dating myself. I know some of you are like, I can just look at it online. I'm not going to kill a tree or waste any paper, but I do want to encourage you, print out the job description and be clear of the expectations or that particular role that you are applying for. I do realize that some school districts, they only you can only apply for a pool, a general pool. It may not be for a particular school, but a lot of school districts do go ahead and post that school. So just familiarize yourself with the role and the expectations before you go in there. Building off of that, you want to familiarize yourself, tip 2, with that particular school or that particular district. Make sure you understand the policies and procedures that that school or that district operates under. So that's very important. I know there have been questions to come up about how do you handle student retention, or how do you handle discipline issues with particular students in schools. Again, familiarize yourself with that information. Most schools now, they do have very informative websites, but if you cannot find information like the attendance data, academic data, student achievement data, the discipline data, things of that nature, a lot of times you can go to your local state, or your not local but your state website to get that information. A lot of that information is public. So again, you're going to print that job description, make sure you have a clear understanding of the job that you are applying to, and 2, once you get down into it, you want to make sure that you familiarize yourself with the district and schools policies and procedures or code of conduct. So, third thing, you want to prepare responses to common questions. I have a list of questions on my website, so please go visit that at www.corriewhite.com. That's KORRIEWHITE.com. If you sign up and subscribe there, if you click on blog, there are a list of questions for free, mastering the interview, questions that can help you land the job. So for example, you want to just go through and write down your general responses. I have questions here. Can you provide an example of a time when you successfully addressed concerns raised by a difficult parent or a challenging situation? How would you handle a situation where a parent becomes confrontational during a meeting or discussion? Of course, as a teacher, as a school counselor, whatever position that you have been in a school, you probably have experienced this. If you have not, you'd have a coworker or someone. But bottom line is you want to answer the question with how would you respond? If you have a great example that matches the question, wonderful. You will intertwine that into your response. But again, here's another example of a question you want to practice. A teacher has received several complaints from peers, students, and parents regarding his or her constant yelling and screaming during the day. A couple of individuals have even reported that the teacher smelled of alcohol. The teacher comes into your office one day and his or her speech is slurred and pupils dilated. How would you handle this situation? So I have tons and tons and tons of questions. Only 20 that are posted on the website, but this would be something to get you going. So practice writing out responses to various questions, and I can definitely assist you with that. All right, another thing, so you're going to prepare responses to common interview questions, and then you definitely want to practice mock interviews. You want to find you a trusted colleague, a coach like me that can help you and assist you with going through questions. It's wonderful to practice the questions, but you want somebody that can provide you feedback on what the interview panel may be looking for or how you can better respond to it to make sure you're addressing the question. My amazing partner in life, my husband, he reminded me many moons ago when going through interviews, because that just was not my favorite thing to do. I have not had very many of them, very fortunate. However, he reminded me, talk about the situation, what was your response to it, and the results. So that is just a tidbit for you. So I think I went over 5 tips, but let me make sure I do write everything down. You're going to 1, research the role in which you are applying for. 2, you're going to review the policies and procedures for that particular school or district. And then 3, you're going to prepare responses to common questions. There are so many interview questions out there, but I can brag that mine are tried and true. I have actually utilized my questions in interviews with different candidates. 4, you're going to practice mock interviews with a trusted colleague, professional that can help give you feedback and guide you on the appropriate responses. And I missed number 5, which is you want to reflect on your experiences as an educator and how would you transfer what you have already done into the role of an assistant principal. One thing that I do want to highlight and remind you, even if you do have you aspire to be a principal and lead your own school one day. I know there are some small districts where there are no assistant principals and you may go straight into a principal's role. I encourage you in your interview for an assistant principal, remember, you are there to assist. It's exactly what the role says. You are there to assist the principal of the school. So make sure you it's fine to be ambitious and goal driven, all of those wonderful things, but you want to make sure that it comes across that you are there to assist the principal in running that school. All right, those are all the tips for today. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and you can check out my website. The link will be posted below, and I hope you have an amazing day. Dr. Corey White here.